Every night, as the lights flicker off and you're left alone with your heartbeat, something wild and ancient begins inside you. Most never notice it. Most believe they fall asleep, drift off, become nothing until morning. But not you, not tonight. There is a secret truth so close you can feel it in your bones. Every single night you cross over. You step out of the world you call real and into a universe woven of possibility, memory, and mind. Every single night you become the traveler in the world between worlds. The lie is that sleep is an absence, a blackout, a void. But look closer. When your body is still, your mind is on fire. Your dreams are not random. Your nightly journey is not meaningless. You are a visitor in another dimension, a dimension as real as gravity, as strange as starlight. The ancient mystics whispered about it. Scientists dismissed it. Governments tried to weaponize it, but you have lived it all along, even if you've forgotten. It's time to remember. Do you remember the first time you woke up inside a dream? Maybe you were a child, running through a hallway that seemed to stretch forever, and suddenly you realized this isn't real. But then, the dream became more real than waking, colors sharper, sensations electric, emotions like tidal waves. Maybe you soared through the sky, or walked through walls, or spoke with someone who'd left this world long ago. That wasn't a fluke. That was you, glimpsing your true nature, the explorer of consciousness, the master of worlds. Pause and breathe. Feel that? There's a vibration in the silence, an itch in your mind, a ripple in your soul. If you're still listening, you're different. You're awake, even in the dream. The ordinary story says dreams are just neurons firing, brain static, old memories scrambled together like a deck of cards. But in the temples of Egypt, priests spent years preparing for what they called night flight. The Tibetans trained to awaken inside dreams, calling it dream yoga. In the desert, the early Gnostics said the soul leaves the body each night to remember its home in the light. Even in the Bible, Jacob dreamed of a ladder between earth and heaven, and angels climbing up and down. Every culture, every era, every tradition, they all knew the same thing. The night is not an ending.
But if this is true, why did we forget? Why does modern science call it illusion? Because the world is easier to control when you think you are small, when you think reality is a prison, when you believe your mind ends where your body does. But consciousness has always been wild, untamed, unbroken, infinite. In the 20th century, a man named Robert Monroe shattered the rules. Monroe was no mystic, no guru, no holy man. He was a radio engineer, a logical thinker, a man who trusted what he could measure. But one night, as he fell asleep, he felt himself vibrate, an energy, a humming, a storm inside his bones. And then, without warning, he floated out of his body and saw himself sleeping. Panic, disbelief. But the experience was realer than real. He traveled through walls, through ceilings, across landscapes made of memory and light. He returned, heart pounding, certain he'd lost his mind. But it happened again, and again. Each time he learned more. He kept notes. He ran experiments. He told no one, until the day he couldn't hide from the truth. Out-of-body experience was real. It was repeatable. He built the Monroe Institute and gathered others. They trained together, mapped the states of consciousness, built sound technologies, binaural beats, hemisync, that helped others cross the border. They kept logs, protocols, repeatable results. The U.S. government was watching. The CIA, hungry for anything that could give them an edge, came knocking. They wanted soldiers who could remote view, see across oceans, listen behind enemy lines, retrieve secrets from locked rooms. In 1978, they launched Project Stargate and the Gateway process. The declassified files are out there now. Transcripts, brain scans, training manuals. This isn't conspiracy, it's documented history. They prove that consciousness is non-local, that the mind is not a prisoner of flesh, that out-of-body travel is a human birthright,
Are you breathing deeper? Are you questioning more? Smash the like button if you want this knowledge to stay alive, because you will not hear it in school or on the news or from those who profit from your sleep. But you, here, now, you're remembering. Modern science is catching up. In 2021, Stanford researchers studied lucid dreamers hooked up to EEG machines, watching as the brain moved from waking to sleep, then into the lucid state, while the dreamer consciously answered questions, signaled with eye movements, even solved math problems from within the dream. This is no longer speculation. In 2023, a Nature study showed that gene expression shifts during REM sleep in ways that suggest consciousness is processing non-linear information, something we don't fully understand. NASA's 2024 research on sleep inertia showed that even after waking, the brain remains partly there, in a state between worlds. This is not just curiosity, it's power. Because once you learn to wake up inside your own mind, you gain the power to heal trauma, to solve problems, to practice new skills, to contact lost loved ones, to explore dimensions untouched by ordinary reality. Every night, you cross over. Most sleep through it, but you can choose to awaken. How? The keys are ancient and surprisingly simple. First, intention. Before sleep, set a clear, burning question or desire. Write it, speak it. Let your last thought be, tonight I will remember my dreams. Tonight I will awaken inside the dream. Monroe taught his students, state your intent and the universe will open doors you didn't know existed. Second, ritual. Prepare for sleep as if it is a voyage, not a collapse. Dim the lights, breathe deeply, let the phone go dark. Maybe use hemisync audio, the same frequencies Monroe developed, to entrain your brain waves to the threshold.
Third, the dream journal. No exceptions. The moment you wake, record everything. Images, words, emotions, fragments. Over days, your recall will sharpen, dreams will lengthen, meaning will emerge. You'll start to notice patterns, symbols, characters who visit again and again. Fourth, reality checks. In waking life, make it a game. Ask, am I dreaming? Try to push your finger through your palm. Pinch your nose and try to breathe in. Look at a clock. Look away. Look back. Do the numbers change? Eventually, you will do this in a dream, and in that moment, the whole world becomes lucid. Fifth, embrace the vibrational state. As you drift to sleep, you may feel buzzing, swirling, the sense of being rocked or pulled. Don't fear it. This is the edge. Stay calm. Float. Imagine rolling out, flying up, or simply phasing, letting your mind slide free of the body. Sixth, overcome the guardian of fear. The first few times, terror may grip you. Your body will feel paralyzed. Your heart will thunder. Remember, nothing can harm you. Fear is the border guard. Smile at it. Breathe through it, and it will let you pass. Seventh, travel with purpose. Wandering aimlessly can be exhilarating, but intention brings clarity. Decide. Visit a loved one. Explore an ancient city. Fly to the stars. Ask for a lesson. The clearer your intent, the richer the journey. Eighth, integration. Bring something back. A word, an image, a message, a feeling. Write it. Draw it. Let it inform your waking life. The border thins each time you cross. If you're still here, you're not a tourist. You're a pioneer. The world needs more like you. Breathe. Listen. Your consciousness is vibrating at a new frequency. The dream world is calling. But let's get real. The out-of-body world is not just pretty lights and astral vacations. There are challenges, shadows, lessons. Monroe encountered beings, some helpful, some tricksters, some dark and ambiguous. He spoke with helpers, guides who answered questions or provided healing. He visited cities of light, fields of energy, and also louche farms, realms where lost souls fed on the energy of fear and pain. He warned, curiosity is good, but courage is essential. And it's not just Monroe. The CIA's gateway process included warnings about the absolute necessity of proper mental discipline and grounding. Astral projection is not about escaping reality, it's about expanding it. It's about bringing back wisdom, not hiding from the world. In his classic book, Journeys Out of the Body, Monroe described the 3 locales. Locale 1 is the near-Earth realm, like a dream but familiar. Your room, your house, your neighborhood, slightly off. Colors vivid, angles strange. Locale 2 is the land of thought, symbolic, wild, fluid, where you can manifest with intention. Locale 3 is a parallel reality, a place where history bends, events change, and other versions of yourself might live. Over time, Monroe learned to navigate these realms with the precision of a pilot. The gateway tapes, still used at the Monroe Institute, guide you into Focus 10, mind awake, body asleep, Focus 12, expanded awareness, and Focus 21, the bridge to other realities. The CIA's documents describe how these states allow information to bubble up from the quantum field, ideas, solutions, insights, even glimpses of the future. If you're still listening, pause, breathe, notice if the air feels different around you. Maybe you felt the border before. A night where you woke paralyzed, a ringing in your ears, a feeling of floating. Maybe you've seen your own body from above, or traveled to a place you'd never visited, then found details you couldn't have known. These are not hallucinations. These are postcards from the edge. Why do you think so many great artists, inventors, and mystics have credited dreams for their breakthroughs? Paul McCartney said the melody for Yesterday came to him fully formed in a dream. Dmitri Mendeleev claimed the structure of the periodic table came in a vision. Salvador Dali used hypnagogic sleep to paint worlds no one had seen. Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, Elias Howe's sewing machine, Einstein's theory of relativity, all born at the edge, at the borderlands of sleep.
If you're still here, let your skepticism rest for a moment. Smash the like button if you believe the mind is bigger than the body. Subscribe to Noetica if you're ready to go further. The real secret, the forbidden knowledge is this. Out-of-body experience is not a superpower for the chosen few. It's a basic function of consciousness, one you've used every night of your life. The difference between ordinary and extraordinary is attention. The difference between sleep and awakening is intent. The Egyptians believed the soul traveled each night to stand before Osiris and weigh the heart. The Upanishads say the self leaves the body and journeys to the subtle planes. In medieval Europe, dreamers wrote of flying over fields, learning secrets from angels, visiting hidden cities of gold. Today, millions have had near-death experiences, floating above operating tables, hearing doctors, seeing loved ones. They come back changed, less afraid, more alive. And now, you're being called. The world is shifting. More people are awakening, remembering, reconnecting with the oldest truth. You are not just a body. You are a spark, a current, a consciousness that travels light years every night. Here's how you can begin tonight. Choose your intent. Write a question, a goal, a wish. Show me what I need to know. Help me heal. Let me see the real me. Prepare your temple. Turn off devices. Dim the lights. Stretch. Breathe. Maybe use hemisync or similar binaural audio. At the edge of sleep, notice the shift, the colors behind your eyes, the weight of your limbs, the gentle rocking of your body as you slip away. Welcome the vibrations. Don't force it. Let it happen. If you become aware, try to move, not with your body, but with your mind. Float, roll, stand up, fly. Don't panic, play. If you meet guides or helpers, ask for wisdom. If you encounter shadows, face them with love. Nothing can harm you. You are consciousness itself. When you return, journal everything, draw it, share it. Each crossing makes the next one easier. In the next video, we'll go even deeper. We'll reveal the secret technique monks use to turn every dream into a lucid vision. We'll decode the lost symbol that unlocks the gates to the astral world. And we'll dive into the strangest government experiment ever performed, a psychic duel between dreamers that changed the rules forever. Now, if you felt your heart stir, if you've remembered something old and true, if you've ever wondered what waits beyond the veil, this is your moment. I want you to take action, not for me, but for yourself and for the thousands waking up right beside you.
Maybe tonight is the night you bring back a secret, a message, a gift for the world. Like this video if you want to keep this knowledge alive. Subscribe to Noetica for more journeys into the wild unknown. Share this with a friend, a skeptic, a dreamer, anyone you sense is ready to wake up. And in the comments, I want you to write the phrase, I journey with the night. That's our signal fire, our code, our community. Write it exactly. I journey with the night. And see how many others are stepping through the same door. Because you are not alone. You are not strange. You are not lost. You are the explorer, the map maker, the key. The world needs you now. Tonight, when you lay down and darkness falls, remember, you are not going to sleep. You are crossing over. You are not ending your story. You are beginning a new one. And you, traveler, you are welcome here. In the next chapter, we rise together. In the next dream, we meet as light. I journey with the night.